This is a quick class. It's about 40 minutes long. It's based off of a lot of standing postures. So we'll do quite a few standing sequences. We'll start really basic and then continue to build from the basic standing sequence. So I'll explain more once we get to it, but go ahead and make your way to a child's pose. So we'll take the first few minutes here to warm up the body, start to tune into your breath. While you're in this child's pose, relax your hips and shoulders. Press into all 10 fingertips and feel length in your spine. And breathe in and breathe out. I don't have a playlist specifically for this class. You're welcome to use one, but I chose to do this class in silence just so I could really listen to my breath the entire time. Go ahead and walk your fingertips over to the right side of your mat. Drop your hips to the left. And if you want a deeper stretch, stack your left hand on top of your right hand and feel the left rib cage start to open up and expand. Good, then after a few breaths, go ahead and switch sides. So fingertips go to the left, your hips drop to the right, and the entire right side of your upper body starts to open up. So breathe into that space that you're opening right now. And go ahead and take it back to center. Curl your fingertips forward. Then carefully make your way up to all fours. From here, drop your belly low and lift your chest up high and breathe into your heart center. Good, now as you exhale, you're gonna make your way into a downward facing dog. So tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. So bigger range of motion here, connected with the breath. So carefully drop to your knees, release your feet, take a big inhale as you drop your belly and lift your chest. And then as you exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, make your way into a downward facing dog. Feel the length in your spine. And then again, drop to your knees, release your feet, inhaling. Yeah, so really slow, deep breaths here. And then tuck your toes, hips up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. And go ahead again, drop your knees, lift your chest. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Yeah, so really slowing down the breath here. Go ahead and stay in your downward facing dog. Take your big toes together to touch. Bend your top knee, or float your right leg up and then bend your right knee. Stack your right hip over top of your left hip. Open up here in this three-legged dog. So now you're filling up, breathing into the space where your hips are. Go ahead and slowly pull forward into a high plank. Squeeze the right knee into your chest and set your right foot flat in between your hands. Left hand stays down, right fingertips reach up high. Front side of your body opens up and reach up a little bit higher through your top fingertips. Good, then set it down. Step back, downward facing dog, switching sides. So now your left leg floats up, bend your top knee, peel your hips open. Breathe into your left hip. And then from here, slowly start to pull forward, squeeze your left knee in towards your chin. Set your left foot in between your hands and float your right fingertips up high. Right hand stays down and flat. And take any tiny movements you need to here with the hips, bouncing them up and down. Good, now go ahead and set the left hand down. And from here, step back into your downward facing dog. Good, taking a few breaths here, then lift your heels up high. Bend your knees low and then tiptoe your toes. Take as many steps as you need to so your feet come in between your hands, and go ahead and cross your ankles and have a seat. From here, ankles crossed, spine goes nice and tall. Just let your hands relax down onto your thighs, palms facing up and open. Spine lengthens. You might even want to close your eyes right here. And just take a few minutes, noticing how the body feels after a few minutes of deep breathing. And then from here, go ahead and take the feet wider than your mat. Your knees are bent slightly. I'm just gonna loosen up the shoulders here. So left fingertips crawl behind you. Right hand hooks outside the left foot. Now, as you do this, you wanna grab outside the foot and feel the right shoulder blade opening up. Breathe into it. And then just go ahead and switch so the right hand comes like right to the base of your spine. The left hand wraps around the opposite foot. And as you're wrapping around, you have that hook. See if you can pull your shoulder a little bit further away from the foot to deepen the stretch. So that'll just loosen up some tight stagnant areas through the shoulder blades. Then go ahead and take the feet together, knees apart, both hands behind your lower back now. Your chest is lifted, but your chin stays tucked. And as you inhale, fill up through your chest, lift up a little bit more. And then as you exhale, drop your knees down and release through your shoulders. And just repeat that a few times, inhaling, breathing in through the chest. And then as you exhale, release tension through your hips and shoulders. So just really pumping up the breath right here. And after you do that a few times, cross your ankles, step back into a downward facing dog. Lift your heels high, bend your knees low, step or float your feet so they come in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen to a flat spine, then go ahead and fold forward into a ragdoll. Grab a hold opposite elbow, opposite hand, and hang out here for a little bit. Hang out here long enough that you feel a release start to happen. So notice where you feel resistance in your body, especially through the head, neck, and shoulder area, and see if you can let go some of that resistance. Now keeping your hands where they are, so your forearms stay over top of your head, roll all the way up to standing, and with the forearms over top of your head, hands hooked to opposite elbow, stretch up and over to the right side and take a few breaths. And then go ahead and switch sides, really using that grip to help open up the sides of your body. Good, then take the feet together, reach the arms up high, big inhale. As you exhale, hands start center, trace the midline, go right back to that forward fold release. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Set your hands down, step your feet back. Pull forward slightly, lower your elbows, bend your elbows and lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale to your downward facing dog. So just to get the body warmed up here a little bit more, we're going to repeat this a couple more times. Lift your heels high, and then bend your knees low. Step or float your feet in between your hands, lengthen halfway. Exhale, release. Reach up high, full body stretch, and then forward fold, release. Go into your halfway lift, crown of your head pulls forward, hands go down, step your feet back one at a time, high plank to low, pull forward, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Good, so moving slow through every pose here from these sun salutations. Good, lift your heels, bend your knees, step or float your feet. Inhale, lengthen halfway, exhale, forward fold. Big full body stretch, so reach your arms high. Start to add the breath. Inhale, fold forward, exhale. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Hands go down, feet go back. High plank to low. Pull forward, upward facing dog. Heart pulls forward. Downward facing dog. Hips go up and back. Good, then one more time. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop your feet. Lengthen halfway. Forward fold, release. Reach all the way up, stand up tall. Big inhale, then exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Chaturanga, stepping or floating back. Take an upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. From here, go ahead and float your right leg up. And then go ahead back to that open three-legged dog. Make range of motion here again with breath. So as you inhale, you're in a three-legged dog. As you exhale, pull forward to a high plank. This time, right knee comes across to your left tricep. Give it a tap. And then go ahead, inhale, open up, three-legged dog again. And then pull forward, knee comes all the way across your body, taps the left tricep. One more time, biggest breath so far right here. Inhale, breathe in, fill up. And then as you exhale, knee comes across, touches the tricep. Take your right hand to the center of the mat, reach left arm up, star pose, so the right foot kicks forward. Yep, then open up here in star pose, and it feels really good right here to draw some circles with that top arm. That'll loosen up some tightness, some stickiness through your left shoulder. Yeah, either direction is fine if you want to play around, just kind of exploring what areas feel tight in your body and really start to open up here. Now set the left hand down, drop your right foot down, and then drop your left foot down. Coming into warrior one shape with the legs. Be here for a little while. So the back leg is straight, the front leg is bent. Start with your arms reaching overhead and actively pull your left hip forward while pressing your right hip back. Now draw your elbows down to goalpost arms, meaning they're bent at 90-degree angles. Press your elbows back an extra inch or two as your heart pulls forward, and just breathe. Legs still in that same warrior shape. Go ahead and interlace your hands at your tailbone. Squeeze your shoulders, lift your chest. So heart really starting to open up here. If you can, press your palms together. Now, still keeping legs where they are, start to hinge forward from your waist, coming in to a humble warrior. Your hands start to fall up and over top of your head. Good, and as you breathe here in this humble warrior, notice what's happening in the body. Your head is heavy, your jaw is loose. Now go ahead and press through your heels. Reach all the way up. Inhale, warrior one. Then as you exhale, hands go down. Right foot back to meet your left, high to low plank, upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. So we'll repeat that all on the left side. This time your left leg floats up. Go ahead to that open three-legged dog. Remember, big range right here. So as you inhale, you're in the three-legged dog. And then as you exhale, you slowly pull forward. Knee comes all the way across your body, tapping your right tricep. Do that again. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull it across, tap your tricep. One more time, breathe in, fill up, three-legged dog. And then as you exhale, pull it across. Left hand comes center, right fingertips reach up, open up into this star pose. And then start to roll that top arm around, loosening up through your right shoulder. Again, either direction is fine. And you still want to think about keeping a lift in the body here. So your chest is rotated up towards the ceiling. And then set the right hand down. Pull the left knee into your chest. Make your way up to warrior one shape, left side. Both feet are flat. Right toes are at a 45-degree angle. Left toes are facing forward. Reach all 10 fingertips up while still keeping your shoulder blades relaxed. Good, now go ahead and pull the elbows to goalpost arms. That should help to release the shoulders. And then send the elbows back slightly as you pull the heart forward. Still keeping the legs active here. Go ahead and interlace your hands at your tailbone. Squeeze your shoulders, lift your chest open. Stay for a few breaths. Now, I do like to switch and have the opposite thumb in front. You don't need to, but just helps even out the left and right side of your body. Go ahead and fold forward into humble warrior. And if you have the hands hooked, try to get a little bit of length through the wrist by pressing your palms together. Feel the shoulders rinse out, release right here in this humble warrior while still building strength through your legs, through the lower half. Good, then go ahead and release, reach all the way up. Take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, flow through high plank to your low plank. Upward facing dog. And then your downward facing dog. Good, now from this downward facing dog, lift your heels high, bend your knees low. Take your feet in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold release. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Hips go low, arms reach high overhead. Inner thighs squeezing together. And then hang out here for a few breaths. Go ahead and take your elbows to goalpost arms again. And that same feeling as in warrior one. The elbows press back slightly. Your heart and chest is open. Good, take one more inhale, reach your arms high, and then as you exhale, forward fold release. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Hands go down, feet go back, find chaturanga. Into your upward facing dog, and then your downward facing dog. So make your way up to warrior one. Right foot in between your hands. As you inhale, reach your arms high. Then as you exhale, interlace the hands at your tailbone. Inhale, lift your chest high. And then as you exhale, fold forward, release. And this is where we add on. So go ahead and inhale, come right back up to that warrior one, reach your arms high, and then hands come through to heart center. Reach your right arm forward, left arm back, warrior two, and then flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Now, stay here in your reverse warrior and just hang out here. That right knee is bent, left leg is straight. If you want more, take the left hand up and hook the thumb and forefinger around your right wrist, and that'll just intensify the stretch through the right upper half. Good, now one more big inhale, reach up and back. Then as you exhale, hands go down, right foot goes back, high plank to low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. So see how we build onto that first sequence. We'll do the same thing left side. Left foot comes in between your hands, plant your feet, reach your arms high overhead. Warrior one, inhale. As you exhale, interlace the hands behind you. As you inhale, lift your chest. Then as you exhale, forward fold, release. Good, then inhale, arms reach high overhead. Then as you exhale, open up to warrior two, left side, left arm reaches forward. Flip your palm reverse. Now stay here in your reverse warrior. Now feel a stretch from your left hip all the way up to your left wrist. And if you want more, float the right hand up, catch a hold of your wrist, and use that to assist, not force, the stretch. Good, then go ahead, take one more inhale. Then as you exhale, hands go down, foot goes back, high plank to low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Pause for a few breaths. And then when you feel ready, go ahead and lift your heels, bend your knees, step or float your feet. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold, release. Hips go low, arms reach high. One breath here, Utkatasana. Breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. So body and breath working together. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Hands down, feet go back, Chaturanga. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So again, same series, just adding on. So warrior one, inhale, reach high. Exhale, interlace your hands. Inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, fold forward, humble warrior. Take the exhale all the way down. Good, then take your inhale all the way up, warrior one. Hands through heart center, open up warrior two. Good, big inhale as you reverse. Big exhale, flow through, high plank to low plank. Now adding on. From here, left hand stays center, drop your heels to the left and reach your right fingertips up. Coming into this side plank, that top arm reaches overhead, top leg floats up. And as you inhale, you find length. As you exhale, squeeze the top knee and elbow together. Lots of core strength here. Inhale, lengthen and reach. And then as you exhale, squeeze the elbow and knee together. Do this 3 more times. Two more. Good, and on this next one, you'll take that top hand, hook it to your big toe, and then take the right foot forward. Your back heel stays lifted. You reach up into crescent lunge. Make sure that the right knee is stacked right over top of your right ankle. Fingertips are reaching up, but your shoulder blades are relaxed. Everything facing forward here. Now start to twist it out. Your left hand reaches forward, right arm reaches back. So staying for a few breaths here in this twisted crescent lunge. And now reverse it. Drop your back hand down, reach your left arm up and back. Big inhale. As you exhale, hands go down, foot goes back, high plank to low plank. Upward facing dog into your downward facing dog. So repeating left side, 1 breath per move, left foot in between your hands. Warrior one, inhale takes you up. Then as you exhale, hands interlace behind your back. Inhale, lift your chest. Full exhale all the way down, fold forward into your humble warrior. Good, then after you exhale all the air, stand right back up. Take an inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Open up to warrior two. Good, inhale, reverse. And then as you exhale, hands go down, foot goes back. Drop your heels to the right and reach the left arm up, coming into side plank. Top arm reaches overhead, top leg floats up, and then squeeze the top elbow and knee together with your exhale. As you inhale, lengthen, reach, and then exhale, squeeze knee and elbow together. Continuing to do that 3 more times. Good. One more time here. So lengthen. And then as you squeeze the knee and elbow together, take your peace fingers, hook them around your big toe or however you need to get there, and transition into crescent lunge. So left heel presses down, right heel is lifted, arms reach overhead. Good. A few breaths here in your crescent lunge. And then when you're ready, go ahead and twist it out. Right hand forward, left hand back. Good. Drop your left hand down, reach your right arm up and back. Big inhale, reverse. Then as you exhale, hands go down, foot goes back. High plank to low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Good. So we've built up our sequence here. So now we see how the moves connect together. I'm going to take this sequence again. Go ahead and lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop your feet, and just really feel each movement here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, Utkatasana. There's a dance-like quality to this right now. Hips go low, arms reach high. So really fluid with the movements, connecting them together. Forward fold, release. Inhale, lengthen, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Essentially, the inhales take you high and the exhales take you low. Right foot in between your hands, warrior one, reach high, inhale. Exhale, drop your hands. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold, release. Just let your body move here. You know what's coming next. So go ahead and reach the arms up. Warrior one, inhale. Open up to warrior two as you exhale. Reverse, breathe in. And then hands go down, foot goes back. Drop the heels to the left, reach the right arm up. Top arm reaches overhead, flip the top leg up. Let's just do it 3 times now. So squeeze the elbow and knee together. That's 1. And then reach, lengthen. And then 2, reach, lengthen. This time as the knee and elbow come together, hook the big toe, pull forward, crescent lunge, reach up, inhale, twist it out as you exhale. Reverse your crescent, inhale, and then flow through, high plank to low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Just feel the energy really moving and shifting around your body right here. Should feel really good. Go ahead and take the left foot in between your hands. Warrior one. Inhale. Interlace your hands as you exhale. Lift your chest as you inhale. Then take that exhale all the way down. Humble warrior. Good. Just breathe here. So continuing with the poses. Warrior one. Open up to warrior two. However feels natural is the correct way. Go ahead and reverse. And then hands go down. Drop your heels to the right. Reach the left arm up. Top arm, top leg lift. Squeeze the elbow, knee together. Lengthen, reach, inhale. Exhale, squeeze together. One more time. Lengthen, reach. Squeeze the knee and elbow together. Hook the big toe. Pull forward, crescent lunge. Inhale takes you up. Exhale, twist it out. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, flow through. High plank to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good. And take a few breaths here in downward facing dog, just resetting the breath. So it's normal to feel, a little bit choppy with the breath right here. That's a lot of movements together. But again, it does have a really beautiful quality to it. Really nice flow, and you get to repeat the movements over and over, so you really get all the benefits from, like that humble warrior. You really get deep into that shoulder release the more times you do it. From here, go ahead and step or float your feet in between your hands. Lengthen halfway, forward fold, Utkatasana. Breathe in, fold forward, breathe out. Lengthen halfway, chaturanga. So just one more time with that entire sequence. Really enjoy it here. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot, warrior one. Interlace your hands. Lift your chest open, humble warrior. So for this last one, I'll just cue the moves. Remember, your inhales take you high, your exhales take you low. Good. After your humble warrior, reach your arms high. Warrior one, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Hands go down, feet go back. Drop the heels to the right, side plank. So just one time here. Top arm, top leg. Squeeze the elbow and knee together. Hook the big toe. And then reach your arms up, crescent lunge. Twist your crescent. Reverse. Flow through, hands down, foot back, high plank to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. One more time. So left side here, left foot, warrior one. Interlace your hands. Lift your chest open. Fold forward, humble warrior. Good. Come all the way up, warrior one. Open up to warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Hands go down. Left foot goes back. Drop your heels now. And then reach the left arm, left leg up. Squeeze the knee and elbow together. Hook the big toe. Pull forward, crescent lunge. And from your crescent lunge, twist it out. Reverse your crescent. Flow through. High plank to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good. Now in this downward facing dog, take really deep breaths right here. Inhaling through the nose and then side out, exhale through the mouth. Again, inhale through the nose and then release, side out, exhale through the mouth. One more time, big inhale and then let that all go with your exhales. Good. Now start to take your feet in between your hands. Lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold, release. Utkatasana. Hips go low. Arms reach high. The body should be really warmed up, really heated up right now. So we're going to go ahead and take a twist. So hands to heart center. Twisting in your Utkatasana. Left elbow hooks outside the right thigh. And still continuing to breathe right here and really try to exhale and release all the stale air trapped in that center area. Keep pressing your palms together. You can stay or you can split your hands. Or if it's in your practice, you can go ahead and take an arm balance right here. So I'm going to come into this side crow. Not going to go into too much detail here, maybe in another video, but if you want to take a side crow, go ahead for it. Otherwise, just stay in your twist. And then go ahead and forward fold, release. Toe heel your feet so they go a little bit wider than your hips. And come into a gorilla. So just a deeper variation of ragdoll, that forward fold. And again, because your body is heated up, warmed up right now, you should be able to get deeper into this release. Using the grip of the hands. Bottoms of the feet, bottoms of the hands connected together. Your head is heavy. And then go ahead and release. Sink right back into your Utkatasana, seated chair. Take your palms together to heart center and then twist. Right elbow, left thigh. Stay, split your palms. If you want to plant your hands down and come into an arm balance, go for it. And then make your way into a forward fold. Good. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Then from here, you can come to Buddha squat or crow. I'm going to take crow just for a few breaths. And again, not going to go into too much explanation here. ahead and make your way to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop your feet in between your hands. Lengthen halfway. Forward fold release. So pausing from the vinyasas for a little bit. We're going to come all the way up and work now on balancing. So go ahead and come into eagle. Make sure that all the weight is into your right foot. So taking the left leg over, left arm under, eagle pose. Everything facing forward here. If you can, press the palms together. If not, just hook the thumb and pinky together, whatever you can get. Keep the arms in eagle, but unravel the legs. Step your left foot back so you come into warrior one shape with the right foot forward, left foot back. Good, and take a few more breaths here, still in your eagle arms. Deep release through the shoulder blades. And then go ahead and unravel the arms. Open up to warrior two. Straighten both legs and tilt forward. Drop your right hand down, reach your left arm high. Come into triangle trikonasana. Both sides of your waist are long right here. Good, and wherever that right hand lands, keep it light. Make your way to standing. Take your hands to your hips, rotate your toes so they're facing forward, and then go ahead and fold forward all the way down. And in this forward fold, walk your right hand to the outside of your left foot or left ankle, whatever feels comfortable to grab. And then the left hand reaches up towards the ceiling, or you can take it to a half bind. With that hook, you should feel similar stretch to what we did seated with that right shoulder blade releasing. And we're going to go ahead and switch sides. So now the left hand hooks outside the right ankle, and then the right arm reaches up. So with that hook, you're bending through the left elbow and releasing through the left shoulder blade. And then go ahead and bring everything to center. Crawl your fingertips forward over top of your right foot. Pull your back leg in slightly for pyramid. So there's about 2 to 3 feet of space between your heels. Your hips are square and your upper body's released. Left toes are at an angle, right toes are facing forward. From here, all the way into your right foot, slowly start to stand up into a standing twist. So left knee pulls into your chest, right hand hooks to the left knee or the left big toe. Left arm reaches back behind you, standing, balancing, twisting. Now take it to center. Bend your left knee if it's not bent, and take your left foot on top of your right thigh. So still balancing here and getting an intense release through your left hip. You're making like a number 4 shape. Your palms can stay together at heart center, or you can reach your arms overhead. We're just here for a few more breaths. So really concentrate on that left hip releasing. And then slowly come out of that big full body stretch. Shift the weight to your left foot. Eagle pose, right leg over, right arm under. Good, squeezing through all your major joints right here. Keep the eye gaze forward. Keep the arms hooked and then unravel the legs. Step the right foot back. So your heels are in line, both feet are flat here, right hip pulling forward. Maybe pull your forearms forward a little bit more. Maybe take the eye gaze up to your fingertips. Then after a few breaths, open to warrior two, straighten your front leg, and then tilt forward, lean forward into trikonasana, triangle. Go and make your way to standing, catch a hold of your hips, rotate your toes so they're facing forward. Come back into a forward fold. So I'm going to go ahead into a tripod headstand here. So just giving you some different options. You can stay in that forward fold or plant your hands and head down. Then start to use your core strength to float your legs up. And then wherever you are, start to make your way into pyramid. So lower the legs down if they're floating. Crawl your hands to your left foot as you pull the right leg back or in slightly. Pyramid pose. Upper body releases, your right hip stays square next to your left hip. Good. Feel the back of your neck long. Feel your jaw release. And then after a few breaths, all the way to the left foot, make your way up to standing twist. So right knee pulls into the chest, grab a hold of the knee or the big toe, and then reach the right arm back behind you. Good. For even more of a challenge, release the hand and just keep the leg floating. Yeah, and rotate forward. The right foot comes on top of your left thigh. Palms come together to heart center. And start to drop a little bit lower into your hips. Feel the right hip releasing outside of your right hip. Good, not long here. Go ahead and set the right foot down. Take a full body stretch. Fold forward, release. And then one last shot at it, crow or Buddha squat, just for a few breaths here. And then make your way to chaturanga. Upward facing dog into your downward facing dog. Tiptoe your toes in between your hands, cross your ankles. And go ahead and lay all the way onto the back side of your body. We'll be on the mat for the rest of this class. From here, take your feet hip width and then draw your knees together so your inner thighs are together. And just laying onto your backside, arms can be however they're comfortable. I'm going to go ahead and wrap my arms around one another. So I'm giving myself this big hug right here. Closing my eyes. And just breathing in, taking care of myself right here. Good, now go ahead and if you have the arms crossed, just go ahead and switch whichever arm's on top and stay for a few more breaths. So if your eyes are closed, wherever you are, just notice what's happening with the thoughts, with the body, both internal and external. See if there's anything that you want to change or adjust throughout the last 5 to 10 minutes of this class. So you have a really nice opportunity here to use the breath to release anything that's not feeling good anymore. Go ahead and press into a bridge. Your feet are still hip width, but your legs are separated now. Start with your tailbone and lift up one vertebrae at a time, hips up towards the ceiling. Chin is tucked slightly. And again, just inhaling and exhaling. Go ahead and lower down. We'll do that one more time, or you have the option here if you prefer wheel. So bridge or wheel. I'm going to press into wheel. You have about 6 to 8 breaths in whatever position you're in. Really deepening your inhales. It's really energizing your body. And then slowly release out of that, lower down. Come into a hip release, so half pigeon laying down. Right foot comes over top of your left thigh, really similar to that balancing posture we did earlier. And then your hands reach inside your thigh. Upper body stays connected to the mat. If you do need to have those shoulders lifted, so you can take that reach, go for it. You can extend the left leg straight. You can keep it bent. The focus here is releasing through the outside of your right hip. Just keep actively pressing the right knee out and open. Keeping legs crossed, drop your left foot down. Take your knees to the left, eye gaze to the right. Your arms are out into a T position, supine twist. And then go ahead back to center and just switch sides. So now the left foot comes on top of the right thigh. You can stay here. You can deepen it by reaching in and grabbing a hold of your thigh, pulling it closer towards you. Right leg can stay straight or bent. Good, and then as you're ready, coming into that supine twist. So drop your knees to the right. Eye gaze to the left. Then after your supine twist, just make your way into an inversion. I'm doing a shoulder stand here. So pull your knees into your chest, Shift the weight back onto your shoulders and try to keep everything from your shoulders up to your toes nice and flat. Good. Use your hands at your lower rib cage to support you, and use the breath to support you. So anything that your body's working through right now, just know that it's getting healed, it's getting better here in these inversions. All that circulation is shifting around your body. You can stay, or you can drop your toes back into a plow pose. Still staying smooth and steady with your inhales and exhales. Good. If you're in plow pose, start to bend your knees next to your ears. And then really slowly, using the core to support you, lower down one vertebrae at a time. Then from here, any last movements you need to, and then very gently make your way into your Shavasana. So eyes are closed, body is relaxed right here. Stay as long as you need to in Shavasana, at least 5 minutes. And enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.